Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini-test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Good morning. For nearly 1,500 years, the great civilization of ancient Egypt was silent. Its grand temples and tombs were covered in elaborate carvings, hieroglyphs, but no one on earth could read them. The knowledge was lost. The entire culture was a mystery, locked behind an indecipherable code. This changed with the discovery of one single piece of stone. Today, we're discussing arguably the most famous archaeological object in the world, the Rosetta Stone. Its discovery in July 1799 was pure chance. French soldiers under Napoleon Bonaparte's command were strengthening the defenses of a fort in the Egyptian town of Rosetta. A lieutenant named Pierre-François Bouchard noticed a dark, broken slab of stone that had been incorporated into a structure. What made it stand out was that it was covered in 3 different kinds of writing. He realized its potential significance immediately. This priceless key to an entire civilization wasn't found in a king's tomb, but was being used unceremoniously as a building block in a wall. So, what is the content of the stone? It's actually quite mundane, which surprises many people. It's a royal decree issued in the city of Memphis in 196 BCE on behalf of the young king Ptolemy V. The decree is essentially a piece of political propaganda, listing the good deeds done by the king for the temples of Egypt, and in return, the priests grant him divine honors. The text was inscribed in 3 scripts, so it could be understood by the key groups living in Egypt at the time: the priests, the government administrators, and the Greek-speaking rulers. The 3 scripts were hieroglyphic, the formal sacred script of the priests; Demotic, the common, everyday cursive script; and ancient Greek. This was the breakthrough. Hieroglyphs had been a complete mystery for over 1,000 years, but the presence of Greek was the vital clue. In the Ptolemaic era, Greek was the language of government, and so it was well understood by 19th century European scholars. It was a known language that could serve as a bridge to the unknown. However, decipherment was not immediate. Many brilliant minds across Europe tried and failed. Progress was hampered for years by a fundamental and, in hindsight, obvious misunderstanding. Because the hieroglyphs were so pictorial and beautiful, most scholars believed they were entirely symbolic, with each picture representing a whole word or a mystical concept. This turned out to be only partially true, and was a major intellectual roadblock. The final definitive breakthrough came in 1822 from the brilliant French scholar Jean-François Champollion. He had dedicated his life to this puzzle. By meticulously comparing the hieroglyphs used to write the names of rulers like Ptolemy and Cleopatra within their cartouches, or oval rings, he made a brilliant deduction. He realized that some hieroglyphs had to be phonetic. That is, they represented a sound, just like the letters of our alphabet. This hybrid nature, being both symbolic and phonetic, was the key that unlocked the entire system. Now you might be wondering how the stone ended up in the British Museum in London, rather than the Louvre in Paris. The answer lies in the Napoleonic Wars. After the French forces in Egypt were defeated by the British in 1801, the stone, along with a host of other plundered antiquities, was surrendered to the British under the terms of the Capitulation of Alexandria. So its acquisition was the direct result of a military victory. As for the decree itself, as I mentioned, its primary purpose was political. Ptolemy V was a young king in a somewhat unstable kingdom. Its function was to affirm the king's divine right and generosity towards the very powerful and influential priesthood, thereby securing their crucial loyalty and stabilizing his rule. And what of the other scripts? We've mentioned hieroglyphic for priests and Greek for the rulers. The third script, Demotic, was the common script of the people. It was the cursive, faster form of writing that developed from hieroglyphs and was used for everyday government administration, for writing legal documents, private letters, and commercial receipts. It's worth noting that Champollion was in a fierce intellectual race with an English polymath, Thomas Young. While Young made important early contributions, correctly identifying that the cartouches contained royal names, Champollion ultimately succeeded where Young failed. His success is largely attributed to his superior knowledge of the Coptic language, an ancient language descended directly from Egyptian. This gave him a crucial insight into the grammar and vocabulary of the older language that Young lacked. In conclusion, while the Rosetta Stone began its life as a simple administrative decree, its legacy is immense. Its true importance is not as a historical document in its own right, but as an intellectual key, a tool that unlocked the entire, vast civilization of ancient Egypt. It allowed us to read their history, their religion, their poetry, and their daily lives for the first time in millennia, finally breaking a 1,500-year silence.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.